All right. Welcome back to another episode of The Wealth Around Us. This one is going to be on the operating of a mini truck and what it is like to drive it, thoughts and experience with it, because I haven't seen another video about, other than Moto Cheese, like actually getting in his and driving it around, what it's like. Well, let's see here. I actually got sunglass camera because there's a lot going on in here, as you can see here, and if you do something wrong or you miss a gear and all that, it can be a problem. So using all four limbs at once, I'm going to need another way to film, so I got these glasses. This guy right here is like, oh, look at that, it's a mini. But yeah, as you can see, it's small. Well, of course it's small, but it's not too small. I can't tell you how many times now I've seen another truck or car out there in traffic. Let's put the air conditioner on. The air brakes, as I call them. But yeah, you'll see other cars in traffic that are actually smaller than the Mini. I mean, like I'm like looking down at them, up next to them. But it's really not that bad. I've had a full-size guy in here a couple times, and two guys in here. I mean, you've got room. You could, like I said, you can take this on a road trip. It's comfortable, no problem. It's just a car. It's just the kind of car they would haul around things in Japan. With those tires on it, I ended up getting taken aside and dressed about, as it were, about lift kits. Someone said, that thing is cheery, don't you dare put a lift kit on it. And I was like, oh really, what's going on? And he said, well, when you put a lift kit on these things, they are not built to have their little feet slung that far out from underneath them, and your alignment will be screwed. And it doesn't matter whose lift kit you go with, it just is a matter of fact. And he said until somebody comes out with some serious aftermarket like sway arms and all that, and tie rods to correct that issue, that he wouldn't do it. He would just put bigger balloony tires on it like I did and leave it, because that's 2 inches right there. What I got on, as you can hear, they're a little bit loud, but they don't rub. They're not too bad about it. Gotta watch out for that one right there. But you hear the air conditioner just click on, resist the engine. You lose about half horsepower, but it's worth it. It's worth it. As you will hear, as it picks up speed, those tready knobby tires on it, they do drone a bit. That's the thing. I usually just turn the radio up. It's an awesome stereo. And as you can see here, we've got our heads-up controls with the Pioneer Smart Sync app. So she actually, right there, you'll notice there is a microphone that we added to the dashboard. But it does Alexa, all that. It'll speak your text to you when someone texts you. It handles calls seamlessly. Does voice commands. And your nav and everything and all that. Plus anything your phone has on it or can do, like Wi-Fi and whatnot. Pick up the speed a little bit. Those air brakes really bogging me down. But she keeps up, well, you'll see, she keeps up with traffic just fine. Wouldn't want to get hit by nothing. And that's one of my big fears in driving it like this guy wants around me. So get over one. So yeah, there's the lift kit issue. I've already had it out in the woods. You can't drive it like an idiot. Yeah, it'll bottom out if you try to go over a log or something like that. But for the most part, it'll get anywhere a four-wheeler can. It's really built just like a big four-wheeler with a cabin AC and a bitchin' stereo. And at some point, I'll stop somewhere and get out. Give you a walk around of it. Now these sunglasses are pretty good for being like a camera. They're actually polarized. They're really good. The brake lights, I've done them all in LED, and they flash like a race car when I'm on brake, and then they hold solid. Just doing that so I don't get the camera. Got the old inclinometer right here. Now first gear bottoms out. Second gear is pretty close. You can let it wind out a little more. Let third wind out a little more, and fourth wind out a little more. You notice this interior, it's going to look exactly like a 92 Toyota pickup truck. That's basically because it is. Designed by the same people, same parts guys. How about I get the cooler? See, this is a cooler. It's not even like an air conditioner. It's like a cooler like you would see in a display case and a little display cooler in a store. A couple times I have noticed in the area, people will get hostile toward the Mini. I don't know what that is, but that needs to stop too. The idea that you have the right to get, mad at other drivers is something that doesn't have to be tolerated. They see me rolling in, they hating. Uh-oh, there's a fire truck behind me. I've got my little voltmeter there to see what kind of voltage that battery's putting out. Changing the battery in it was one of the best things I did for it. Those batteries that come on these little mini trucks are absolute utter garbage. I mean, they just are always, they're weak at best, unless you sit there and charge them all the time and put a lawnmower battery on it. The thing runs like a top now. These guys in the fire truck are like, what is this? And so I'm basically driving a four-wheeler around town. They want to look at it. Yeah. Got some love from the fire department. How about that? They're just cruising for some ice cream or something. The things you see. They probably never seen it. They're like, damn, I've never seen a mini truck on the road. It's kind of funny though how many people don't really notice it at all. See, we've got our little survival kit here. Got a flashlight, a little micro K-bar, some survival stuff. Everything I had on the four-wheeler is on this thing now, and then some. I've got that little generator. I was saying that I wanted to do like a bug-out vehicle survival shelter thing. Well, there may be something in the works for that. I'm going to either try to size a source of tent or something, because the camp we already had with the winch was something else. I mean, you could really do a lot with it in a bug out survival, even camping situation. But this little guy, you can do a lot more. Turn off the air brakes here, and I'll go fast. There are little vents down here by your feet, your shin, that feel like an ashtray or something, but you open them up and it's a vent that's behind the headlight. And they blow a good bit of air about them. Here, let me just roll down the window here, and since we have the air off. There was a guy the other day, and I don't know what the deal is, but the importer was having trouble with Subaru sandbars and Honda Actis because of some eclectic mention in some law or some policy. But they were rejecting Subaru sandbar titles, which is like, you know, you got to get a title to get it on the road. And I don't know what it was about that, but I saw a guy in a Honda Acti van drive past me on this stretch we're about to hit, and I was like, wow, so, you know, these things are starting to come into popularity. Parts and work. Okay, well, unless you're like Moto Cheese and you just, I mean, you've got an affinity for engines and engine work and stuff like that, and a plethora of tools to do it, you're going to want, you know, a private mechanic or to do as much of it yourself. I did end up getting a couple extra tools just to complement the air compressor Ryobi 1 stuff, but you know, I got the oil changed and everything, no problem, and you should be able to change your own oil, in my opinion. Japanese. There's a lot of hot cars out today. Fire trucks and Audis, RX-7s. See how straight she tracks? Even with that tire change on it, she really, that guy's like, wow. One of my wheels is a touch cattywampus, and it won't balance out right, so 48's about as fast as I take her. If you were just having to cook and do like 52, that's about as fast as it'll go smoothly. The rest of you get this, you see this? And it really does depend on the terrain, whether you're going uphill or downhill, all that really matters. But yeah, it's just a car. That's really it. It's just a little pickup. That's really all it is. A cab over pickup. It's the size of a couch. I mean, it really is. The overall size of it really is just humorous. Like I said, you can't drive it like an idiot, you know, off-road. You know, no, it's not gonna jump logs and stuff like that. But then again, the four-wheeler wouldn't either. It was too big and too heavy to be doing jumps and stuff like that, and stunts. Plus, it's in my opinion on it is, and I don't know what it is when people want to take a car through knee-deep mud. But generally, mud's what you when you're overlanding. Generally, mud's what you look not to go through. I mean, and, you know, as far as, you know, lifting it, yeah, you're gonna have to lift it to get through knee-deep mud pit. But I ain't, you know, planning on bugging out through knee-deep mud. I'm bugging out through, you know, any means necessary, path of least resistance, man. Come on. I mean, yeah, you do need four-wheel drive so you don't get stuck and you can get over obstacles and stuff. But other than that, yeah, you don't want to go through knee-deep mud. Third time I got the FJ muddy, I regretted it. Just cleaning up mud is no fun, especially on something like this. Washing it though, there ain't much to wash, so it's a pretty quick process. See that motor is just rev happy. It loves to rev. They want you to keep it in the power band. When we got the windows like this, down like this, and got some, you know, air blowing on us, I mean, it's not too bad at all. Amazonians. You'll see Korean people spot it and they point and laugh. A lot of this town is Korean now, a lot of it. I need to get on Amazon and look up and see if I can get a Mighty Mouse sticker for her. You like a Mighty Mouse sticker, Mighty? All right. That's what we'll do. I smell burgers. This guy's back behind me, like hanging back there, like, what is this thing? Yep. Checking you out, Mighty. See, look at that thing. That's really not much bigger than this. Oh, that's one of those Chevys I was looking at. Yeah, it said to this guy, I seen a Chevy. And I was like, damn, that ain't much bigger than the Mini. Technically, this thing could haul 4 people if they weren't huge people. It does handle a lot better with some weight in it. I really like these sunglasses. Sort of like the better sunglasses I've ever had. That's happening to a bush at the wealth around us. We need to cut it out of there. Either some kind of bug or some kind of disease. With the I think they're golf cart tires, but with the golf cart tires on there, the ATV style tires, it is a little bouncy, but the ride is definitely a lot smoother over the little stuff, like road wise. Before it was like, Oh, a little spot just for the show. What is that doing there? Receipt. Don't litter. But yep, here we have it. Oh, now this is a quirk of it. Look at this. I heard it too, yeah. And the former owner warned me. I'm gonna need to glue this thing in. And I need to make a floor mat. If anyone can make me a floor mat for that, or has the pattern, or can get me one, I will reward you dearly. But yep, that's Mighty Mouse. And like I said, I really don't think it needs a lift. So even when it's bouncing around off-road, it never really touches. Now, I may need to trim this a little bit, or trim about yay much out of there. You can almost actually see it. Hear the cooling fan coming on. But yeah, that stuff is what he's talking about. Your alignment will be screwed when you pick one of these things up, and it'll always pull hard to one side. And right now it drives so spectacularly and it runs so spectacularly, I don't really want to mess anything else up on it. But yeah, I mean, this is, you can see right here, I mean, this is one of the cooler features on the truck, is the fact that the bed, you know, these side panels can come off, fold down, do whatever you need them to. That's all the four-wheeler stuff and a little bit more. I've got this set of wheels. I've decided, I bought them before, you know, I was really looking at it, and I decided against them because I don't want them sticking way out. Because if you've ever seen what happens with a small car like a Miata, where its wheels stick out from the wheel wells and it contacts another car on, say, the door, in a situation where you're going at a high rate of speed, your car will literally launch itself into the air and go rolling with you in it. So yeah, I'm not big on having these wheels stuck way out where they can catch another car's tires, or even, you know, because that eliminates its overall footprint, you know, and it makes it big, so bigger than I want it to be. And there's the battery. I did some work on that with a Dremel. I notched that so it would accept this piece of tool stock. Oh, and you can smell the heat up underneath there, but nothing burning, nothing, no burnt plastic smell or anything. So yeah, man, it's a little goer. So thanks for watching, everybody, and this has been the new premiere of the glasses. So I'm gonna try to hope that these turn off when I push the button. But thanks for watching, and always remember, there's a wealth around you. Stay safe.